it Monday already?
I was in the play Working. It's based on a book by Studs Terkel. It's all about the cool everyday jobs that you don't really think about that are a necessity to how we function as Americans.
I believe that it is probably one of the most important shows that anyone can do. And I think that because I believe that the working class has built this country, and we often overlook it. And now in the kind of economy that we have, we really truly understand the words that Stud Terkel wrote down. Working is a blessing, because we don't have such a great economic climate right now. And every job is important.
Damn, this traffic jam. How I hate to be late. It hurts my motor to go so slow. Damn, this traffic jam.
And if you think about it, the structure of this country is from this working class, the blue-collar worker.
Maybe I'm not quite. Yes! I'm the land of love. And a bag for my dog. But I'm not just a waitress. I'm a
The thing that is hilarious and heartwarming is the values that these people have, and we all have different values, but when you treat them with respect and with love, you find this show blossoms in a beautiful way. And I think for a high school student, it's an incredible lesson to truly put yourself in someone else's shoes, not only as an artist, as an actor, but also as a human being.
It didn't have a normal plot. It kind of went from person to person, really embodying every different aspect of the working class of America. I played Babe Sicoli, which was a supermarket checker, who was very enthusiastic about her job. She absolutely loves supermarket checking, which you might not normally see in a normal checker at a store.
When I'm on vacation, it's great for like 2 or 3 days, but then I get so lonesome for this place. I look forward to coming to work. I love it something terrible.
I learned so much about like the working class and like how much it actually takes to work, because like right now we're teenagers and we just have like these little jobs. It takes a lot for like a mom to work. You can't really take it for granted because a lot of people don't have jobs right now.
All I am is just a housewife, nothing special, nothing great. What I do is kind of boring. If you'd rather, it can wait. All I am is someone's mother. All I am is someone's wife. All of which seems unimportant. All it is just my life.
I had two roles, the role of Rex Winship, who's like this crazy conglomerate CEO who's really power hungry. He wants money. He idolizes, you know, that entire sort of mindset of money, money, money. Think like Wall Street, you know, ABC, always be closing kind of guy.
I believe kids work harder today than ever before. A kid wants to make it, they've got to be willing to work long hours. And then they've got to go to school nights and learn federal trade policy to outsmart the regulators. Christ, it's simple. If you can't outsmart one little government staff, you shouldn't come to work in the morning.
And then my other character was Charlie Blossom, who's an anti-establishment hippie sort of guy who you find out has a violent streak. And he's really humorous, but at the same time, he really brings together a lot of emotions that we feel today because of the current recession and whatnot, problems with our economy. For instance, he has this one line where he goes, "What will I do when I get fired?" And that line really resonates with me. I think about that all the time.
All my fantasies spring from a single thought, grabbing a gun, walking into the editor's office and saying, "Okay, how do you face your death?" I mean, I've been thinking about it for weeks now. What will I do when I get fired?
I performed in the show Working, playing the part of Lovin' Al, who was a guy who, a jazzy guy, you know, loved his job, and he parked cars for a living, but he loved every moment of it.
Why can't I be a rich man with some big bucks in my jeans? I'd buy me a brand new caddy and and a 50-cent cigar. 'Cause you can't smoke 10-cent stogies when you're riding in a rich man's car.
And I also played the migrant worker singer who talked about how people don't think about where their food or where any of their clothing comes from. They just want it there and then, and they give no second thought to the person who did the hard work and the labor for 5 cents an hour to actually get it.
Donde se ha ido mi vida? Donde se ha ido mi juventud?
When Stephen Schwartz and I started working on the show, we thought we would go out and interview all kinds of crazy, newfangled, modern sort of workers, professions that could not have possibly existed 30 years ago. And what we quickly realized was that the genius of this work was in how much of it, at its core, at its heart, remained the same.
I heard a lot of songs say, where you going, my son? Stop and think how fast the years run into things they steal. Now it seems I always knew why I do the things I do and the things I never did.
Now that I see what my father did for me, because that's exactly what what Mike says at the end. You know, I want more for my progeny. I want more for my children, and that's how my father felt. And he was an immigrant who worked in a factory.
I got to go back and spend time at the Chicago History Museum and go through all of Studs Terkel's original transcripts and listen to the tapes, listen to these people talk, and find his genius for extracting those golden nuggets from what they said, the things that shine a light on the places in our hearts that sometimes we're scared to go, and the things that we feel about our work and about each other and about ourselves that are so moving and teach us about ourselves and how to sort of live better.
Built a house with his hands. 100 years go by, it stands. It tells you who he was. Life goes fast, but the work a mason does, it's made to last.
It's been a great experience to perform for so many different thespians. These kids all perform in plays at their school, back at their hometown, so it's really cool. When they tell you that you did a good job, you know that they're being honest because they have the experience too.
It was a fun experience. I loved every moment of it. I love this show so much.
It's the biggest adrenaline rush in the world. I'd say that skydivers should switch lanes and start acting because they don't experience what we do.
And the only man telling me where to go is the man who walks alone and he says, go, go, go. You say when, and I say when. Go, go, go. Back on my wheels again.
Little by little, they built that ensemble. They built the feeling of respect. They built the feeling of universality of each of the characters, and yet gave them a personal touch.
You may have just let me go where I was raring to go, when I was raring to go back then. God only knows what I could have been, what I could have been.
The thing about working thematically is that it addresses a very human need to have relevance and to find meaning in what you do every day.
Oh, what I could have been.
Somebody doesn't wanna hear the story of my life.